Hello, my name is Juliana Fenech and I'm the founder and chief storyteller at Lignan Stories, a storytelling agency that was set up to support parents of 5 to 10-year-old children to introduce storytelling into their daily life. Why? Because storytelling enhances the communication that we have with our children and as a result, the connection that we form with them. At Lignan Stories, we work with parents in order to make sure that their relationship with their children is strong enough to withstand any of the challenges that come along and also the test of time. As your children grow, you want them to remain close and connected with you so that when they are taking the most important decisions of their life, they will always turn to you for advice. And one way of doing this, one way of making sure that the communication and connection that you share with your children remains strong, is to always pause, slow down, and observe how they are reacting to the events that happen to them. And I'd like to use a classic story to illustrate this point today. Have you heard, I'm sure you have, of Winnie the Pooh and his friends at 100 Acre Wood? Winnie the Pooh is a story that is precious in so many ways, but most especially because A.A. Milne gives us a model of a community that really works for everybody who is a part of it. Let's take the example of Piglet. Piglet is very small, and so the world seems like a very big and scary place to him. Often his fears are much bigger than the danger that is actually present in the situations that he finds himself in. For example, when Pooh and Piglet decide to go looking for a heffalump, Piglet is terrified and he considers coming up with an excuse in order to be able to spend the rest of the day at home. But when he reflects upon it, he realizes that it would be far better to go searching for the heffalump rather than spending day after day hiding in his home. The fact that Pooh accepts Piglet's fear, does not make fun of it, and supports him to push through it gives us a good example of how we can support our friends when they are feeling sad. The children, by reading about Piglet's adventure and his feelings, learn how to model good behavior and good values. Another great example is Eeyore. Although Eeyore is despondent and often sad, feeling negative about things, the other inhabitants of 100 Acre Wood accept how he feels and still continue to check in on him and to invite him to join them on their adventures. Eeyore may be sad and may be grumpy, but he is never alone. In 100 Acre Wood, somebody is always looking out for him. And then, of course, we have Tigger. Tigger is quite the opposite. He is bouncy and full of joy and confidence, and he offers us a good contrast to being afraid. Of course, by watching Tigger's behavior, children are also able to observe what makes Tigger joyful and what makes him courageous. Once, many years ago, when my young daughter was experiencing some difficulties at school and in our family life as well, she needed some support in understanding the whole spectrum of human emotion. And her therapist referred me to these books and asked me to buy her a little soft toy of Eeyore and a little soft toy of Tigger, and to explain to her that whilst at school she needed to be Tigger because not everybody was looking out for her, unfortunately, at home she could be Eeyore because home was a safe space and she knew that there were people who were looking out for her, who would show up for her no matter what her feelings were. So the story provided me with an excellent platform through which to help my daughter identify feelings and spaces in which it is safe to address those feelings and work through them. If you enjoyed this story tip and you would like to learn how to take the most value out of every story that you share with your children, then please go ahead and subscribe to our newsletter at www.lignanstories.com/contact. And just keep a lookout for all the excellent story resources and coaching coming your way. I look forward to getting to know you soon. Bye for now.